Hey, what's up guys? KingSunnyD here, and here with another mod showcase for Sonic Unleashed. Today we're going to be talking about a mod called the Foreign Input System. This is a mod that is focused on the Werehog. I'm sure we're all familiar with Sonic Unleashed, especially if we're watching this. Most people that enjoy an aspect of this game like the daytime stages. Not much that needs to be changed there. Of course, there are mods for the daytime stages, but the Werehog is the one that is a little bit more controversial. Some people really like how the Werehog works in the base game. Some people, like myself, not a big fan of how the Werehog works in the base game, but modders that made foreign input system mods such as King Galactic's, Any or INI, and a few others have made a mod that kind of revamps how the combat works in for the Werehog. So we're gonna take a look at that real quick. So this is going to be a little bit mechanics heavy. I'm not going to showcase every single thing that's in this mod because I honestly don't know how to do every single thing that's in this. There's so much to it, but I think I have a good grasp of it, and so I would like to show. So in the base game, you of course have your skills or your combos. So, it tells you the different buttons that you need to press for some of these moves to come out. So if I were to do a double kick combo here, YXX on my controller, I do a punch, kick, and a double kick. Or if I were to go to my hook attacks, right, that was a straight attack, as we see on the top left corner. The hook attack here, if I start with X and then do YY, right, so I do my rolling kick combo, this will do leg sweep moves, right, so claw, leg sweep, right. And so normally in the vanilla game, you would have to do, one move and then another move and then another move, right? It just kind of works like that. So, if I wanted to do the double kick thing, and then I wanted to do the leg sweep, I have to do them back to back like that. Of course, the advanced players do know you can shield cancel out of your moves, out of most moves here. So I can do that if I wanted to end it early. Again, out of most moves, but not every single move, right? So you can shield cancel. That will allow you to maybe switch your combo to something else, but of course that would require you to go into a defensive stance instead of staying on the attack. Foreign input system, one of the things that it has in this is it allows you to actually mix your combos. So again, double kick combo is YXX, rolling kick combo is XYY. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to start out with doing the, the punch and the kick from the double kick combo, but I did want to end with the leg sweep of the rolling kick combo. So instead of doing, YXX, I could do YXY, and that was the leg sweep at the end. That's usually from the rolling kick combo. Right, so the rolling kick combo is normally YXX, whoops, XYY, excuse me, there we go, whoops, too much, sorry, XYY, right, it's usually that, and that will give you that whole leg sweep. But instead, I can move fluidly between those two moves since they both have kind of the same, button input, again, just kind of opposite of each other, right, they're both the three button moves there where it starts off with one and then it ends with the two other attacking buttons there. So X, Y, X, and I end with that double kick, or Y, X, Y, and I end with the leg sweep. So, of course, that's just a small little combo there. That doesn't really seem to be that big of a difference. But it works out for other moves that are in this game as well. So if we do something a lot more complicated, like this one here, the Where Wheel Rush, where it's YYYY, XXXX, or its equivalent, the Earthshaker, XXXXYYYY. If I were to do the Earthshaker first, right, so XXXXYYYY, it's this whole fist slam thing, multi-fist slam move there, which of course we know that keeps you stationary. Versus the where wheel, if I do Y, 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 X, 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 this does a cartwheel where I get to be mobile, but of course the attacking hitbox is not as big. So the same concept works there as well that we talked about earlier, where I can mix and match those moves. So I could do something like, let's say I wanted to start off with Earthshaker and end with where wheel, I would do X, 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 Y, X, 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 right? Now, so I started with Earthshaker, you saw for a second, and then I was doing the cartwheel move, right? Or it works the other way around. I could do Y, 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 and start with the cartwheel, and I do the slam, like that, right? So that would allow me to be a little bit more mobile, right? Earthshaker keeps me stationary, but where wheel allows me to move a little bit. So if I find that an enemy is kind of in a place I don't want them to be in, I can move myself out of the way and then end with the big slam that still takes care of a wide area, right? I can even mix it a few times. So I can start off with Earthshaker, do this, and then end with Earthshaker again, right? So I started with Earthshaker, I did a little bit of the cartwheel, and then I ended with Earthshaker. Or again, the other way around, right? Y, 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 X, Y. That little flippy thing there, that is the ending move for the wheel. So I know that didn't really look all that different, but it is a different move. So we're going to take those concepts into a few battles here. So X, Y, X. All right, so I did a leg sweep, and then I focused on one enemy there, like the double kick does, right? Or if we get into this next combat arena, since of course that was a little bit small there, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Stationary. Oh, he hit me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stationary, move, and then slam. All right, so I can mix and match combos like that so it could work a little bit fluidly. So that's one aspect of how this mod works. Another aspect for this mod are combo extenders. So you may notice that there are some new moves that are here or some inputs you may not recognize from the regular game. There are combo extenders in this game that allow you to, you do a combo like this feral wear hammer here, Y, 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 you end with that double punch and then that's it, right? Then you would do another round. Or of course the X equivalent would be, whoops, sorry, too far. The feral wild world. This is so hard to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the whirl, right? Ends with the whirl and then you do something else. Combo extenders will allow you to end the end your initial combo, but I should say it allows you to do your combo, but then go into another combo ender, right? So full piston here. It was those 5 Ys, but then you see that there's BXX at the end. So what does this look like? If YYY looks like this, right? The double fists there. If I were to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 BXX, I now end with a double donkey kick there, right? You may recognize that if I were to do the regular, base game. If I do Y, Y, X, 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 that's the donkey kick, right? So that donkey kick that's at the end, I can bring that into a completely different move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Same way the other way around, right? I can actually still start out with Y, 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 B, Y, Y. And I don't know if you were able to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B, Y, Y. That's the egg scrambler. Everyone recognizes that. That's the one combo everyone knows how to do, right? X, X, Y, 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 the egg scrambler, right? So this time I'm doing a 5-piece combo and then ending with the egg scrambler. Right, so I get to move fluidly between that. I can also do it with X, 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 and end that way, or end with the donkey kick. Right, so combo extenders, you know, also kind of add on to what you can do. One other thing I'm going to show off here is, besides there being combo extenders that of course borrow moves from other places, right? This full piston, that's the donkey kick ending one, or this one is the one that ends with the egg scrambler. There are other ones. This one also ends in a different move that we'll probably see a little later on. I'm going to do something that is not listed here, but is still going to work the same as this input here. Phoenix Ascent. So if I were to do something like our favorite werewheel, 1, 2, 3, 4, or sorry, Earthshaker. I'm gonna do Earthshaker, and then I do B. A new move comes out. A new move comes out. So there are some new moves that have been added to this mod as well. A lot of them inspired by the moves that the Werehog does in the quick time events for a lot of the bosses, right? There are things like Dragoon's Doom, right, from the Egg Dragoon fight, or Phoenix Ascent from the Phoenix fight. So there are a few new attacks that have been added onto this. Now, the input that showed on there wanted me to do Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y, X, X, B, B. Oh, I think I did it wrong. What was that? It's a lot. Y, Y, X, X. Oh, wait, that's different. It's X, X, Y, Y. It's like X, X, Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y, B, B. Oh, just B. Okay. All right. X, X, Y, Y, X, X. Whoop. Whoops. That's the wrong one. There we go. So, as you see, that's that same like rising spinning needle move there with that input. But again, some of these other things will share moves. So I could do that. And it has the same ender as well. So a lot of fluidity with how you switch between your different moves. We're going to continue on so we can actually use it in combat. All right, so we're going to be focusing on the combo extenders that I'm going to be using in combat in this round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Combo extender and end with the egg scrambler. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And end with the donkey. Whoops. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 5. Up. I keep ending with egg scrambler, my bad. As we all know, everyone uses egg scrambler all the time. So it's just kind of out of habit. Well, I'll do that in the next one. I'm gonna actually talk about a little bit of platforming here, just for a quick second. So normally, if you're playing the game, you would of course have to hit this switch to get that platform at the top to lower a little bit, right? Because you normally would not be able to jump to it. Now, of course, advanced players know that, well, you can use some of your combat moves to get where you want to go, right? So I did my launcher there, and then I did, you know, one of my aerial moves that got me up here, so I didn't have to worry about using that switch, right? Saves a little bit of time if you're not explaining how this mod works. So they've extended, you know, the other ways that you can do it. One problem with the launcher that I just did, if I did it from like here in the middle of the platform, try to do XXA, I slide off of it and I don't rise up. Right? Always be rising up, but not that time. So there are other ways that you can launch in this now. Most of the time, the move right before the combo finisher will allow you to do a launcher. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a launcher. It punched down, but it's still a launcher, right? It's still got the werehog in the air. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm doing that with X there. And as you see there, it actually even allowed me to go a little bit off the edge, and I was still fine. I could also do it with Y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing there. And I can even do it with some of the things that we've learned a little bit earlier, right? So if I that was like 4 X's or 4 Y's, so I could do 2 X's, 2 Y's, and I was completely off of the platform at that point, but it still worked, right? So there are different ways that you can get up here. Even, I'll preview this and talk about it a little bit later, I could even do, well, that also works, but, you know, you have to experiment with the different moves of like which ones allow you to actually do in the air, which ones don't. So this one, it looks like if I slide off, it doesn't like that. But this one, that worked. Right? So there are some extra moves that are in this mod that allow you to, do a little bit more platforming for the moves that the werehog just has. Even things like that. Of course, I'm showing off a lot more than what we've talked about, but that's what learning a lot of these moves comes from. Anyway, let's go ahead and do some more combat here. Let's try to see if we can do some more combo extenders here that won't, that I'll actually remember to do. Oh, that didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Got that Rising Phoenix there. Okay. So, let's see here. I've talked about most of the stuff. So, let's just continue on. Let's do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. Oh, you know what? I know what I haven't talked about. That's right. So, you know, of course, as we just saw there, I did like the Were Wheel and the Earthshaker move, right? And as you know, it's usually you have to press like 4 attack buttons and then 4 other attack buttons, right? So 4 X's and then 4 Y's, or 4 Y's and then 4 X's. There are other shortcuts, kind of in the same way that the combo finisher, how we've been talking about how like those have alternate inputs. Some of the regular moves have alternate inputs as well. So I could do like the dash move and mash an attack button. So what I'm doing here is dash X and then I'm mashing Y if I don't get hit. Oh, come on. Come on. And then mashing Y and that starts doing Earthshaker there. Or if I do, if I dash, press Y and then mash X, that gets me into my cartwheel. So just an alternate input on how you can do some of your moves. Let's see. I'm gonna do this charge up move, and then I'm gonna up. Never mind, didn't work. Let's do this and jump. There we go. So there are also alternate launchers here as well. Of course, I talked about how like, you know, it comes from some of the other moves there, but there are some that like jump you way up. 1, 2, 3. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Alright, so, you know, again, this is a mod for the werehog that, you know, as we see here, it is changing the combat a bit to be a lot more fluid. You know, I'm able to switch between my combos a lot easier than I would in vanilla game, in the base game. But the werehog is still the werehog at the end of the day. So, you know, you're still going to have these levels where you have to do these puzzles, quote unquote, or, you know, bring a key from one area to another. Right? That's still how these levels are designed, right? We still are going to have these tightrope areas that are here as well. So if you don't like the platforming, you don't like the puzzles here, you don't think that there should be combat in a Sonic game, this mod doesn't change that, right? It's still going to be the same fundamental game. It's just smoothing out a lot of the edges here to make things a lot more fluid, right? Things like being able to well, I did that wrong. Things like being able to skip over some of the platforming that you have to do, right? So I think in the vanilla game, and I don't, you know, Unleash was not one of my favorite Sonic games. I mean, it's cool, it's fine, but original one, not one of my favorites. I've only played it twice before the PC port, so now 3 times. So I don't know every single thing intimately here. I don't know every single inch of this game. But one thing that I did there, when I did like my air move to try to move forward, I think it does not allow you to usually grab after doing a move like that, grab a platform that you usually could from just double jumping and grabbing. So that's something that they've added into this mod. We're going to actually see that in another level after this. So let's just end this one real quick. Okay. I don't even know why I'm killing them. I already have max EXP for everything. So, you know, of course, me showing this off, it took 16 minutes, but with the tools that you have here, with the combat abilities that you have, how much more fluid your combat is, the platforming aspects of you using your moves, this actually, you know, allows you to go through the stages a lot faster. In the original game, that Act 1 that I just did of Windmill Isle, takes me about 5 minutes, maybe 4.5. This right now I have at 4 minutes, but that's even with some stuff that I know I could skip over and I would be able to do it even faster, right? So, you know, it does not, that's one aspect that, like, while it doesn't fundamentally change the Werehog being the Werehog, things are a lot more smoother and faster, so you can go through these stages a lot quicker, right? Because I know that's one part that's a little bit infamous about the Werehog, that the stages take so long, but part of that also is really just because you have to collect those medals. Anyway, we're going to do this. We're not going to be focused as much on the combat this time. We're going to be focused more on the platforming of this, because there's a lot in this stage that you can skip from the platforming that you're doing. So I'm not even going to fight these guys that are here, nor these guys. So, you know, a lot of the advanced players know that you could skip a lot of this stuff by, you know, doing your launchers and then doing your, like, spinning attacks and stuff like that to go a little further. So as I showed off a little bit in Windmill Isle, there are a lot of moves that you have now that allow you to do that same thing, but maybe a lot more effective. I'm saying a lot. He's still alive. Alright, just take care of those guys so they don't hit me when I'm trying to open the door, because that happens from time to time. Get this guy out of here. Get that guy out of here. Alright. Yeah, there's an actual wall here. Alright. So, you know, usually you would have to throw this guy at the button that's forward up there, but of course I can do some other moves that will get me over there now. Including something I previewed in the earlier level, the previous level. I can actually attack out of shield. Right, so if I hold my shield, I move back and I press either X to do that move or press Y to do that. I can actually attack out of shield, because normally in the game you just attack like that. Right, you just start your regular attack, but this mod actually allows you to do some unique moves. Right? So with did I hit that? How did I hit that? Weird. So if I do like the back X attack there, you can do another button press after that. So if I do X, X, I do a spinning move. If I do X, Y, I punch forward. If I do X, A, it's a launcher. If I do X, B, it's a slam down. If I do back and Y, it's always going to be a launcher. But you can do things off of this particular launcher here. I could do that rising spin that is horizontal, or that rising spin that's vertical. Did I not collect that? Why is that full? Oh, interesting. So yeah, there's shield moves here. This helps a lot for the B enemies. If you played this game, you know all about the B enemies, right? Ideally, you're not supposed to attack them head on. You know, that's how they keep dodging. You're supposed to hit them with indirect attacks, but in this game, I find the indirect attack thing kind of ambiguous. But it's very clear that the shield moves are considered indirect attacks in this, so use your shield attacks and that'll help you fight the B enemies in this game. Anyway, let's go ahead and move forward. Whoops. Let me do this. I'm gonna do X, X, Y, 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 X, X. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I wanna do, let's see. X, A, X, X, Y, 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 A. There we go. So I have that spinning needle thing, even as an air move too, right? So, you know, usually you would use it on the ground, and even though like you have to jump before you use it, it would keep you like on the same plane normally. But they've added that as a move that works in the air as well. It's a different input, but it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up here, and then X, X, A, and then I should grab that. All right. So you get to skip a lot of this stuff. That's pretty fun to be able to do, because outside of that, the platforming, in my opinion, it's a bit mediocre. A lot of it just comes down to like holding the grab button and you auto grab everything. Or it's kind of the annoying balance beam stuff. Let's do that. All right. Whoops. Hello? There we go. Just skip that room entirely. And now we got our final combat room. Till the goal. Get me out of here. Oh, they still hit me. That's interesting. Slam down and Goodbye. All right. So.
Oh yeah, that's right, baby.
So we're skipping a lot of stuff. So that's a lot of the platforming aspects that you can use based off of this mod here, right? So we got the combat and we got the platforming, right? Those are the two major aspects of how the Werehog works, both being overhauled a little bit. We'll end off with doing a little bit of a challenge here. The DLC Act 1-3 for Windmill Isle is a gauntlet. So we're gonna do this. That should also help showcase one of the additions to the mod. They've added difficulty to this mod as well for the enemies, because now that you have a whole bunch of moves here, the enemies are in the vanilla game are pretty simple now that you have more that you can do. So they've upped the difficulty, or allow you to choose difficulty. You can keep it at the vanilla difficulty of the game. You can change it to hard mode, and you can change it to expert. I've had it on expert all this time. It's supposed to have the enemies, I think, attack more frequently, and they have more health and things like that. Again, I don't know Unleashed that intimately like that, so you know, I didn't really notice too much of a difference, but you know, it's there. And again, since it does, you are allowed to do a lot more with this combat here. It's kind of better to at least have them have a little bit more HP just so you can actually do your moves rather than they just die instantly. This DLC stage, the enemies are already beefed up anyway, so we're going to do that just so we can see how the combat works in full. Oh. That hit? That's crazy. I hate these mini bosses. Their hitboxes are so weird. They hit me when I don't think that they should. Okay. So I'm gonna be playing it very safe. And that took out so much shield. It's crazy. Alright, you're gonna attack, right? Up and down. Yep. Yep. I ran out of shield. That's fine. Alright, get out. And he's going to attack. Or not. Yep, there we go. Come out. And I'm hit. Oh, how did that not hit? Interesting. All right. I'm out. All right, and then let's do this. Cool. All right, next phase. Like I said, it's a gauntlet. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, no. I am trying to do the spinning needle. There we go. Oh, God. Okay. Get me out of here. I need this. Oh. Get me out of here! Alright. I wanted to keep my unleash meter for this one, because this one I always have trouble with, because it's going to be in an enclosed space. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, God. Of course. There we go. Yeah, so earlier that what is it called? That quick time event that I did not mean to do. That's the one kind of negative thing about these combo extenders, since they work off of the B button, and the B button is the same thing that activates the quick time event. Sometimes I accidentally activate the quick time event when I don't want to. So I don't really like that. I mean, to be honest, I don't like the quick time event attack thing anyway. What did I get hit by? That's crazy. Okay. Did not want that, and now I'm hit. Great. And I'm about to get hit. Okay. Nope. Okay. And okay. Come on. And okay. Are you for real? Oh God, get me out of here. Well, I didn't want to use that, but rather not die now. Okay. No. All right. Don't. I did also turn on a mod that, or one of the codes for the mod loader or something like that, that allows you to cancel your unleash at any time. It does take some of that meter in order to do that, but you know, I like having options. I think it makes it act a little bit more like Devil May Cry, which I very much enjoy. There. Cool. Plenty of health and plenty of unleash meter for the final challenge of the Gauntlet. Everyone's favorite mini-boss from Eggman Land, or Empire City. Luckily, there's only one and not two, like in Eggman Land. Up. Oh, okay. I could have sworn I would have got hit. Oh! Alright. Oh, God. Good. The hitboxes on these enemies are really annoying, so I'd rather just not deal with it. I wish I could be more stylish, but every time I try to style on them, their hitboxes just say, nope, get out. Nope. Oh, God. Yep. Surprised that worked. Oh, really? Come on. Wow. Oh, no. My life is a little bit low. I cannot believe that just happened. Oh. Oh boy. Fun times. Stop. Nope, 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 nope. And yeah. Surprised I still have shield left. Alright. Of course. Okay. Turn around. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Of course. Why did you go past him? All right. Wizards. Oh my god. Get me out of here. Of course. There we go. Alright, I'm trying to get this. Sorry. Well, there we go. All right. Oh my god. That. No. Gotcha. Okay, doing better. Okay, well. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, full health. There's still one more health thingy that I have not picked up. And full unleash bar. Should be able to do it with this. What? Oh, really? That hit? That's crazy. Nope! I knew that one. It's gonna hit. Alright. Okay. Let's see. How did that not hit? Nope. Okay. All right, we're done. Finally. Wow. And I did it without losing any health. Look at that. All right. So that's it for the showcase there, right? Just wanted to do some combat, show how it really goes there. Cool. I even got it with an S too. I mean, doing that whole crush counter, whatever it's called, will get you to S, so not too surprised. But yeah, that is the foreign input system mod for the Werehog. Again, thanks to King Galactics and INI, and the other mod creators that created a foreign input system. It definitely, at least for me, makes the Werehog a lot more enjoyable to play. So much so that I've actually even, again, started speed running, you know, some of the stages that are here. I'm not too concerned about the S ranks because I know all you have to do to really get the S ranks really is to like crush counter everything or again, whatever it's called. But going through these stages are pretty fast. It's pretty fun. So try out the mod. Link is in the description. Other than that, I'll see you later. Bye.